Once again, it's on. Once again, it's on. We back. We back, baby. It's Hood Tales with Conehead. I am your host, Conehead. Coming to you live and direct. Just wanna say thank you for all my supporters and thank you for all my listeners. I'll probably be back doing the podcast thing soon. I like my videos though. Even though I might not have a lot of views and things like that, but I respect and appreciate my content that I do put out. Um, I was coming to y'all today because I actually had an opportunity to check out a video by one of my old school favorite rappers, Lil Boosie, aka Boosie Badass. I'm Boosie Badass, and I zoom right by you. That's throwback though. That's that throwback Boosie before that bid. But there's been a lot going on in the media with him and his daughter, the one he took the car from. Like, she just had turned 16, just had a birthday. He got her a car, had it wrapped in pink. You know, from what we see and from what we know, he's a hell of a father. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I think even if he didn't have the money and the fame and the notoriety, I think he'd still be a great dad. Um, he dropped a video called Ungrateful, which was basically, him venting about certain situations that's going on in his life right now at the moment. Like the situation with the young blue dude who I don't listen to that dude. I don't know anything about him. And I think if Boosie would have never co-signed or backed him, I don't think we would still know who he is. He got that issue going with Buddy. He got issues going with different little things in life. But the most one that stuck out to me was the one with him and his daughter and his daughter's mom. The things that his daughter had said on social media about him, calling him a fuck nigga and a puss ass nigga and he a bitch and this, that, and the third. And this is his 16-year-old daughter. And the fucked up thing about it is like this man did everything he could to raise his kids, even her, because I remember when her mama was in jail. I really remember that shit. Like, he did documentaries and he had that girl with him and shit. So it's kind of crazy how children grow up who get everything that you decide to give them as a parent, because sometimes we be trying to fill voids where our children don't have a father in the home, or it could be vice versa. The mother ain't in the home. So we try to fill those gaps and those voids by getting our kids any and everything that we think they want and whatever they ask us for without even, second guessing shit. And that's that guilt trip that sometimes parents have to try to make up for decisions or things that happened in the past between you and that parent, to try to replace that by doing this and doing that. And so the little girl just steady going like hard at that man. Like, so he just doing what he feel like is necessary. Like, how I grew up, disrespect wasn't tolerated, period, when it comes to your parents. Like, you had to have like a fear, like almost like a fear of God for your parents, that you didn't want to get in trouble by them. Like, you didn't want nobody telling on you. You ain't want to do nothing to disrespect or make your family look bad. But it's like, this generation is different. Now, it went on back in our time too. I ain't gonna lie. I had my moments where I bugged out and shit. But see, the difference was, like, I love my parents. I just didn't understand shit. I didn't understand why my dad worked so hard, but never came to none of my games and never supported anything with school. But my dad had to take care of 9 people plus himself. So I didn't find that out until I became an adult and had my own kids. But see, that's the thing. Like, now, parents want to be friends to their kids instead of being parents. And like, I respect what Boosie be saying. He said, my kids don't run me. I run my house. My kids don't run my house. But that's what's wrong with a lot of these children nowadays. Parents be trying to make up for shit that happened between them and the parent that's absent, or not say absent, that's not in the home with them. So they try, or even if they're not around, or even communicating with the child. So they try to make up for that by doing whatever, being a friend and letting them have leeway and letting shit slide. And then when they get an adult, then the disrespect come up, even before adulthood. Cause like I had my own incidents with my oldest daughter. Shit, like my daughter's a single child. Like her mama didn't wanna procreate with no other man except for me, and I feel like, God honest, that's selfish as fuck. Because at the end of the day, I see how the difference is growing up with siblings and then growing up on your own. Like having you and your classmates at school, or maybe cousins here and there, or friends. My daughter didn't really partake in shit. Like she was around adults all the time. She was around granddaddy and her mama. Sometimes her auntie, sometimes her uncles, but she's a child, so she's supposed to build with children. She's supposed to be able to learn how to communicate and deal with things when you have extra siblings. But when you by yourself, you only learn what you learn, and then you have to like basically learn on your own. Like she was the big sister, but she didn't have that sibling to come in there and challenge her authority, or you know, build that bond with, that we fight together, we love each other and stuff like that. It didn't happen like that. And I saw how she handled things in her life different than my other kids. But the ungrateful video would speak volumes to me, because I got two ungrateful kids. Like it's just sad. Like I haven't talked to my son in over a year, really going on two. I ain't even text my son happy birthday this year, because that's how bad the ungratefulness shit is. Like my son called me like in 22, 4 days before Father's Day, asked me for some money. Took my last 150 that I had at the time and sent it to him to get him a rental car. I said, get the 50 from your mama and that'd be cool. 4 days before Father's Day. I ain't heard from my son since. Ain't seen him or nothing. Don't know what he got going on. My oldest daughter had me blocked. Like, we got into it on her birthday last year. Had me blocked. Couldn't even get in contact with her. Moved out of state in college. Didn't even notice. And then my biological mother called me and said, your daughter called me asking could she get $400. And I'm saying to myself, well, shit. She like, well, I told her, well, why you ain't call your daddy? She talking about, oh, because we ain't talking right now. And it's fucked up, because I've been in these kids' life since they was born. Like the little situation with the case, that little criminal case I had kind of derailed our relationship, because I missed my oldest daughter's graduation due to the fact that I had puss-ass lawyers that wouldn't get me out so I could attend my daughter's graduation. So her mother didn't do the right thing by letting my daughter know, like, hey, your dad is in jail. He's locked up right here in Duval County. No, my daughter mama kept telling her, I'm working out of state, but won't hold her mama accountable for lying to her. But I'm the one that has to get held accountable for everything that happens wrong. And that shit's fucked up. Cause I told her, hey man, let that girl, oh, I don't want to upset her because she's having a hard time in school, because I'm not there. I'm not putting input on nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like she used to hear from me every morning, text or phone call for school. Same thing with my oldest son. Like, so for me to bend over backwards, take penitentiary chances, doing all that shit I thought was right, over indulging them in shit that they didn't even earn. They didn't earn all that shit I used to do for them. But to let their mothers tell it I ain't done shit. I'm dealing with this shit now with my younger kids. Like, shit has been kind of rocky and, topsy-turvy and shit. It's life. But I seem to find people who don't have patience and let things organically, like, evolve. Because the life I live, I was a dude that hustled. Jobs was, like, minimal. But I love this little career thing that I got going on. I love the merchant seaman life. I love the courier shit. That shit is, I put my all into it. I get up and I take advantage of that shit. But sometimes you have slow periods. Sometimes you have, good. You have where shit just clicking. And then you have times when that shit just slow as fuck. But I see little Boosie. dealing with disrespect, and dealing with just ungratefulness. And even when you have the blessings that Boosie have, you still deal with regular people problems, and it's crazy. But this generation of children,